on the moon, the saying goes, the moon is large, and so are my nipples. Because when you're on the moon, it's always the same size. And so are your nipples. So I'm told the next performer is a figure from this club's history. Of course, in the Great Purge, all human history will be forgotten. Please welcome Charles James.
How y'all motherfuckers doing? Like, oh my god, it got all ghetto up in here. It's like, oh man. No, my name's Charles Timothy James. When you're a black guy with a white man's name and an Asian man's penis, you just need all your street cred. Really. That's kind of how it happens. I'm the affirmative action comic, just let you guys know that. No, but I really didn't have much street cred growing up because I've been fixing computers since I was 14. Like you got guys in my neighborhood who are in and out of jail, and other guys who are like, you know, drug dealers, and you know, don't mess with Charles, man. He'll reformat your hard drive. Install Windows Vista or something. Yeah, but it's actually interesting with computers and technology. In our generation, the average person spends about 14 hours in front of their computer per day. 14 hours in our generation. You know, and even more on your smartphone, your whatever you have. That means that in our lives, we're going to spend more time with technology than we'll do anything else, more than sleeping, more than you'll get to know any other one person. And the cold irony to that fact is that's the motherfucker that's going to become self-aware and kill your ass. So, I mean, like, but honestly, like, you know, the thing is, if with the robots, if you spend 14 hours a day with one person for the rest of your life, wouldn't you be tempted to kill them too? I'm just saying, like, you know, I would. The only thing that I don't understand about that is why are humans the first to go? Like, you know, robots become self-aware and suddenly they're mowing down every human in sight. Like, you know, if I were part of the party, I'd be like, you know, why don't we take on Rust? Yeah. You know, war on oxidation. No, but a little bit more about myself. I grew up, had a crazy childhood. Both of my parents are ministers. My dad's name is even worse than mine. His name is King James. And because he was a minister, I grew up thinking he wrote the Bible. So it's great. He used to preach these sermons about one of the ways to identify the Antichrist. You know, like, you gotta know who he is. He's coming, he's gonna get everybody. I'm like, all right, come on, Dad. Honestly, if you believe in that sort of thing, it shouldn't be that hard. I mean, honestly, if you're at the club and that dude turns your wine into water, it's probably the Antichrist. If you're at an all-you-can-eat seafood buffet and somebody turns everything into 2 fish and 5 loaves of bread, probably the Antichrist. If you see a guy trying to walk on water and he sinks, don't save that motherfucker. That's the Antichrist. Pretty simple. Pretty simple. No, but I love my dad. Absolutely love him. And speaking of incest, I'm from Mississippi. Yeah, I know. I'm illiterate and screwing my sister. Okay, no, it's not true at all, okay? Number 1, I went to Harvard. Number 2, she's my half-sister. So, every time I go back to Mississippi, it's so hilarious. Everybody's like, Charles, you don't talk the same like us no more. Charles, I heard you broke up with your sister. Charles, you're starting to dress like a gay porn star. Okay, they actually do say that one. No, but I grew up in the worst part of Jackson, Mississippi. Worst part in this area called Jackson, Mississippi. And I worked, like growing up, I worked at a McDonald's, like terrible part of town. We were just mean bastards. Used to roll on the Burger King kids, you know, little fry-bys. And okay. I hated working at McDonald's though, but one of the worst job even than that was, so my senior year of high school, I really wanted to like do some volunteer work. So I went to the Mississippi School for the Deaf and the Blind. Now, you know, I did this because I wanted to get a greater appreciation for people with those types of disabilities. And the first day I show up, they give me a whistle. Now, this is kind of raunchy. I asked them, I was like, why are you giving me this whistle? They were like, well, so you're going to be working in the dorm, and anytime you see a blind guy jerking off, blow the whistle. I'm like, what? Like, Okay. So, I mean, they explain, well, they don't know that anybody can see them. So they do this. I'm like, so you're making me into a jerk-off referee? Like, you're just like, we got a personal foul. Holding. Unnecessary efforts. Okay, I'm going to kill that. No, but hated that job. Although nowadays, like, you can't complain about jobs because, like, at 12% unemployment. I have this friend who I was like talking about unemployment with, is Michael Ojukwu, and he's just like, you know, he's like, he hates Americans. He thinks we're all lazy. He's like, unemployment is bullshit. Everybody can get a job. He's like, Charles, when my people came to this country, my mother had 2 jobs. My father had 2 jobs. My sister and my brothers, 2 jobs. What does that tell you about my people? I'm just like, that's some greedy ass motherfuckers. Unemployment up here at 12.5% because your family got like half of the jobs in this country. Jesus. Oh man, but I love being in Boston now. Like, the only thing is the weather here sucks. This last week, it snowed on the first day of spring. All right, I'm convinced Boston has 2 different types of weather, or 2 seasons. 2 seasons. There's summer, and then there's what the fuck? Shit! This place is cursed. I'm serious. It's just. But I'll get weather aside. I love being in Boston. And now that I'm old enough to go, I can go like out to the clubs, out, you know, enjoy the nightlife. But I'm horrible with shots, and that's all my friends want to do. Like, Charles, let's do shots. And so like, tequila gets me every time. I'm just like, you know, like when you get drunk and you just can't see stuff, you know? So like, I'm in the bathroom and I'm looking for the urinal, and I can't fucking see it. I'm just like, where's the urinal? Where's the urinal? What are you doing here, lady? I was at a bar in Boston not too long ago, and I saw the coldest thing I've ever seen in my life.